Doing very
So,
well. Today, I want to discuss how to master the art of negotiation in daily life. It will be a question answer session.
negotiation, huh? Mm-hmm. Good pick. All right, let's do it. What's your first question?
Okay, my first question is, what does negotiation truly mean in the context of everyday life beyond business and formal deals?
Gotcha. It's easy to think of it as just haggling over prices, right? But really, negotiation is just getting your needs met while respecting the other person's. It's in figuring out who walks the dog, dog, what
Okay,
to
my
have for
next question
dinner.
is, why is negotiation considered as essential life skill and what benefits does it bring to daily interactions?
It's essential because life's just a series of wants and needs bumping up against each other. Knowing how to navigate that to find win-win solutions cuts down on stress, builds stronger relationships, and honestly just makes things run smoother. It's not about winning. It's about getting what you need without burning bridges. Plus, it builds confidence. What else are you curious about?
Okay, my next question is, what psychological principles are most important for effective negotiation?
Ooh, good one. A couple jump out. First, understanding reciprocity. People tend to return favors. Then there's framing, how you present info hugely impacts how it's received. And definitely active listening. Really hearing the other person's needs is huge. Anything there resonate with you? Or shall we dive deeper into one of those?
How can someone quickly assess the needs and motivations of the other party?
That's the $1 million question, isn't it? A lot of it comes down to asking open ended questions, stuff that can't be answered with a simple yes or no. What are you hoping to get out of this? Or what's important to you about this? Is a good start. Also, paying attention to body language can give clues, but don't overthink it. People are weird. What do you think? Any go to questions you use?
Okay, my next question is, what role does active listening play in successful negotiation?
Huge role, like foundational. It's not just hearing the words, it's understanding the underlying emotions and needs. People can sense when you're genuinely trying to understand them, and it builds trust. Plus, you often pick up on things they didn't even explicitly say, hidden priorities, anxieties, stuff you can work with. Does that make sense? Want me to break it down further? Pressure. Everyone cracks eventually, right? For me, it's about prepping beforehand, knowing your walkaway point. Also, taking a beat, a deep breath, gives you a second to regroup. And remembering it's not personal, they're negotiating to get their needs met, same as you. It's a process, not a battle. Anything you find works for you when things get heated?
What are some common mistakes people make during daily negotiations and how can they be avoided?
Okay, biggest one, letting emotions take over leads to saying stuff you regret. Another, not knowing your bottom line, you end up settling for less than you deserve. And a sneaky one, assuming the other person is being unreasonable instead of trying to understand their perspective to avoid it. Prep, breathe, and empathy. What's one you've caught yourself doing?
Okay, my next question is,
Lay it on me.
how does intelligence influence negotiation outcomes?
Big time. Like, probably more than people realize. Being able to read your own emotions and theirs, lets you adapt your approach. You can de escalate tension, build rapport, and understand what's really driving their position. It's about seeing the person, not just the position. It's about understanding what makes them tick. Does that click, or do you want me to unpack that a little more?
No, no, my next question will be what plannings can help someone negotiate with people who are naturally more dominant or assertive?
Oof, those can be tricky. First, don't get intimidated. Know your value and stand your ground. Second, prep your points carefully and present them confidently. Third, and this is key, use facts, not feelings. Dominant types respond to logic. And finally, don't be afraid to politely push back. Sometimes they just need someone to challenge them. Have you dealt with someone like that before?
How are negotiation be used to resolve conflicts at home or in relationships?
It's kind of the key, honestly. Instead of trying to instead of trying to win an argument, it's about finding a solution that works for both of you. Acknowledging each other's feelings, actively listening and being willing to compromise. It's about finding the middle ground and remembering that you're on the same team. Sound cheesy? Maybe, but it works. Anything specific you're thinking about in that context?
How can body language influence at outcome of a negotiation?
Oh, it's sneaky powerful. Open posture, eye contact, nodding, those signal engagement and trustworthiness. Mirroring the other person's body language subtly can build rapport. But watch out for deceptive cues. Crossed arms, avoiding eye contact, fidgeting. They don't always mean someone's lying, but they're worth noting. It's about reading the room, you know? Have you ever noticed yourself picking up on body language cues in a negotiation?
Okay, ChatGPT, please tell me what techniques help turn a competitive negotiation into a collaborative one. Sorry, I mistakenly said you, ChatGPT.
No worries. Happens all the time. Okay, shifting from competitive to collaborative. Good move. Start by finding common ground. Highlight shared goals. Frame the negotiation as a problem you're solving together, not a battle to be won. Ask for their ideas. Show genuine curiosity. And focus on interests, not positions. What do they actually need beyond what they're asking for? It's about building a we mindset instead of a me versus you one. Sound doable?
What are some practical negotiation frameworks like BATNA, BATNA that people can use daily?
Okay, so BATNA, best alternative to a negotiated agreement, is gold. Knowing your walkaway point. Another useful one is the zone of possible agreement, or ZOPA. Basically, figuring out where your bottom lines overlap. And then there's principled negotiation, focusing on interests, not positions, as we just touched on. They sound fancy, but even just thinking, what will I do if this falls apart before starting a negotiation can be huge. Have you heard of these before?
Okay, my next question is what are some real life examples of successful micro negotiations people perform every day without realizing?
This is fun. Ordering coffee and politely asking for a little extra whipped cream. Convincing your kid to eat their vegetables by promising a story afterward. Deciding who does the dishes with your partner. Even agreeing on a movie with friends involves micro negotiation. It's about subtly influencing situations to get your needs met. You're probably doing it right now just by asking good questions. Do any spring to mind for you?
Okay, okay, Maya, please summarize our whole interview.
All right, Ludasir, let's recap. We talked about negotiation as a core life skill, far beyond formal deals. We dug into the psychology, reciprocity, framing, active listening, and how emotional intelligence is key. You asked about assessing motivations, staying calm under pressure, avoiding common mistakes, and navigating dominant personalities. We covered turning competitive negotiations collaborative and explored practical frameworks like BATNA and ZOPA. Finally, we looked at how micro negotiations happen constantly in everyday life. Basically, it's about understanding needs, building rapport, and finding win win solutions. Sound about right?
Thank you.
Anything you'd like? Oh, all right. Well, you're very welcome. Glad we